Hi there. In this unit, we will insert some value to table user data that was created previously. To play with database, we need to learn syntax of different query statements. There are statements which help us to create or define a database. Also, we can manipulate data in these database tables using SQL statements. Here, statements which are used to define database structure are called Data Definition Language Statements, or DDL statements. Also, statements which are used to manipulate data are known as Data Manipulation Language Statements, or DML statements. Some examples of DML, or data manipulation statements include select statements, insert statements, delete statements, merge statements, etc. Here, in this unit, we will learn how to insert data into MySQL database using PHP and DML statements. Now, in order to access our database, we need to have a connection to our database. Here, to connect any database, we need to know 4 important values, which are 1. Name of server, 2. Name of user, 3. Password, and 4. Database name. In PHP, we have function MySQL connect to connect database using values, server name, username, password, and database name. Also, MySQL function is provided by MySQL extension. This extension stands for MySQL Improved. Here, MySQL Improved is a relational database driver used in PHP language and provides interface with MySQL databases. Now, if we have made connection to MySQL, then we have output from connect function as true, else it will be false. Also, if server is installed in local computer, then we can provide server name as localhost or IP address 127.0.0.1. Also, default username to connect MySQL is root with no password. Next, let's work out an example to insert data to MySQL. First, create index.php file. Place form element with input username and phone number. Also set action to insert.php and method as post. Next, create a new PHP file, connect.php. Here, we have server name as localhost, since we have installed server in our local machine. Also, provide username equals root with no password. Next, provide name of database as EnggForum. Here, store server name in server variable, username root in user variable, password to password variable, and database name in database variable. Also, we have function MySQL connect. This function opens a new connection to MySQL database. Next, pass variables, server name, username, password, and database name to function MySQL connect. Now check variable con value using if statement. If value in con turns true, then not operator turns this result false. Also, die function indicates exit. Now, we need to connect database every time whenever we execute any DML statement. Thus, we will reuse this connection code in another PHP file insert.php. Now, move to insert.php file. Here, include connect.php file. Also, store username and number from index page to variables, username and user phone respectively. Now, we have insert query as insert into table name, that is user data, and within parentheses, column names, name, and phone. Next, place values to insert in columns, variable username, and variable user phone. Here, store this query in variable SQL query. Next, pass connection variable SQL query to MySQL query. Here, MySQL query will execute or perform given query in database. If query is performed successfully, then we have return value true. Also, user data inserted will be echoed. Now, if query execution fails, then try again will be displayed. Here, after completing execution, we need to close connection. We have function MySQL closed, which will close given connection. Here, we have MySQL close of con, which will close our connection to MySQL database in con variable. Finally, save all three files. View files in browser. Input values to insert. Once they have inserted into database, you can check them from PHP MyAdmin. I hope insert statement worked at your end as well. Thank you for taking this unit.